tracking down some robots?
Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make another video on Fallout 4, and today we are going to make a video on the Mechanist Lair settlement and my build. So I've done something a little bit different here. I've built more of a provisioner settlement. The idea here is all the provisioners come into the settlement and collect goods and then take those goods and distribute them to all the settlements. So that's kind of the idea behind here. I'm not really manufacturing anything. The only thing I'm actually manufacturing is suits. The rest is kind of just recycled, pulling stuff from the workshop, which gets because you can't actually grow food and plant water, or you can plant a little bit of water here. It pulls the food and the water and other goods from the workshop and then distributes them throughout the factory, right? And then it recycles it. So the first thing I did was build a conveyor to recycle everything and put it back on the conveyor so it keeps on going. So it gives you that sort of feel that things are moving through the factory and then coming out and being produced and then distributed throughout the factory. So that's kind of the idea behind it. If I had to do it differently, I might not use as many sort of the elevators, because things seems to get stuck in the elevators because you got too many goods and stuff trying to get through, and you'll kind of slow it down. Or single point of failure trouble spot are the hoppers, because they can't output fast enough without throwing things off the conveyors and stuff. But anyway, let me show you what I've done here. I'm going to start in the Mechanist Lair itself. As you can see, you can't really build in this area at all. You've got some bedrooms and stuff behind us, but we're not going to go there. Everything outside of this room you can sort of build at, and I'll show you what I've kind of done with everything there. Right. So first of all, let's start with this first hallway here. As you know, you go out of the Mechanist Lair, you go down on the floor. But I've turned this is typically a very dark room. I turned it into a little sitting area. I put some floors down. You get a lot of debris in the Mechanist Lair, so it kind of makes it doesn't look as neat and clean. But I put some walls and stuff, kind of make it a little more homey feel, type of thing. And I've left a lot of these ramps. I think these ramps give them character, but you can actually remove most of these ramps and you can build up and build elevators and things like that if you wanted. But I kind of like these ramps. It kind of gives you that feel. You can look over the factory floor. You can come down here, keep an eye on things. You can see things are moving along the conveyors, getting dumped into the hoppers. As you can see, food is coming off onto the hoppers. As you can see, some things coming along there right now. A whole bunch of suits getting chucked into hoppers. Then you get to another room. Yeah, it's the room with the gel. I left the gel in there just because, again, it gives it a bit of character. I just put some a steamer trunk and some sort of wardrobe kind of clothes thing in there. I did put a lot of I did put these doors on here. I kind of like the fact that I could seal it off and close the doors from the rest of the Mechanist Lair. So if anything comes through, you have full control to block it. Although the Mechanist Lair never gets attacked, so you don't really need these, but it kind of just gives you that closed feel again. So I put those kind of doors there. Create a little bedroom area in this section here. So these rooms are kind of neat. You can create these sort of nice little cozy rooms and kind of still look out onto the factory floor and stuff, which is kind of cool. And this room, I create another little room up here with some power armor. Again, a door going out into the main area, if you will. And again, another bedroom. Now this room, it's got the steps up here, is the only room that you can actually put a water purifier. So if you look behind this guy, I've actually hidden it here. But let me see if I can pull this wall off, and I'll show you. There's a bit of dirt. See if I can get in there. There we go. Let's move this guy out the way. So you can actually put one, there's a little bit of dirt, you can't really see it, but you can put either one 10 unit water pump in here, or you can put three of the spigot type. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You can put three of these guys, these down. So that's all you can actually put. That's the only place I found. You can kind of squeeze three of those in there if you want. It'll give you 9 units of water, or you can do one water pump, which will give you 10 units. So you get like an extra unit there. So I wanted to actually see if I could force an attack on the lair, because typically the lair never gets attacked. So I wanted to see if just having no defense, as you can see, and 10 units of water would somehow get attacked. So I'm still waiting for that to happen. I suspect it won't get attacked, but I think the lair is just programmed not to be attacked ever because it doesn't have food and it shouldn't have water. But I was able to put a little bit of water there to see. So again, little bedroom area, couches, some pictures of all really nice and cozy areas you can kind of build in these kind of side areas of the lair. Gives a very different look and feel. And I wasn't planning to build into the Mechanist Lair, I just found there was no point, but I saw one of Oxhorn's videos on supply lines, and he definitely gave me the inspiration to build here, because he did some cool stuff in here as well. So check out his videos as well. And again, I left all these ramps in place. Just it's kind of cool because you can actually walk around the entire lair without actually going down on the floor. You kind of have a way to get to either side, which is kind of cool. I like that idea, and then kind of come down on the sides. So on this side, I turned this room into, again, more of a kind of I left these doors open, even though these doors can actually close, just like the other side, because the provisioners actually come through these doors. I believe that they either go through this door over here, or they come through this door over here. So I haven't seen too many of them come through yet, but I suspect. So I kind of left the pathways sort of empty-ish in a way, so they can try and hopefully make it through. Oh, there's one there. So there's one going there. And I don't see any Brahmin, but sometimes you'll see some Brahmin, and they'll kind of squeeze through there. It's kind of funny to watch them, right? So I also built a workshop workbench in this area. I moved it from the main floor, and this is kind of the only area you can actually put it because of the broken ceiling. They're fairly high up. So I believe that's the only place you can put it. Obviously, you still have one in the Mechanist Lair itself at the back, so you probably don't even need this one. You can probably get rid of it. It's just more convenient when I'm creating provisioners. And then the other thing that I saw in that supply line video, definitely worth watching, is making your Mechanist Lair your primary hub for every single provisioner across the Commonwealth. And the cool idea is not the fact that you do that, because obviously you can do that for any settlement, whatever, but to have all the provisioners converge in one settlement is kind of a very cool idea that Oxhorn mentioned. I thought that was kind of neat. So I may do that down the road, because I've already got all my settlements kind of supply lines, but so I might just push a few out, or when I do another playthrough, I might actually choose one settlement and make it a single place to do supply lines. So I thought it was kind of a cool concept. But anyway, just a little sitting area here with robot workbench, kind of a TV area, lounge. So yeah, it's putting floors down makes this a very cool space. Again, I don't use any mods. All the stuff you see here is just part of the DLC. There's absolutely no mods in this video, so all the stuff is default. And if you can't find it or you don't have it, just make sure you have all the DLC, or if you send me a comment in the comment section and tell me if you see something that you don't know where to find, and I'll tell you where to find it. So okay, so that's one area. Then I kind of made the second cool little area up here, just kind of an overlooking the factory floor again. And I also built a cool little bedroom up here. Another one, so you can kind of look out on the floor if you wanted. And then I have this little room up here that I created, and again glass floor, so you can look down on the factory floor, and a little balcony area that you can kind of look out on. Okay, so I think that's pretty much the rooms on the side that I've I've created and decorated. Let's take a look at the actual factory floor. Now I have all these conveyors going all over, but let's start from my main conveyor, and I'll show you what I've kind of done to give you that kind of look and feel of it going across. So I started with this conveyor, and as you can see, I have a vacuum hopper pulling everything out the workshop and then distributing it out across the floor. Now again, just kind of pretend this is a provisioner supply depot. All the provisioners come in here, they collect stuff, and then they distribute them to the settlements. So I have pretty much this guy going this way. Over there it's pre-sorted, it gets thrown at the top, goes down over that way, it gets thrown into another hopper, which has a whole bunch of items in there. It comes through the sorter, which then will distribute, it'll move organics or food items, will send this way, so all the food items will be thrown down this way. I have counters that count all the food items and all the non-food items that go this way. I do have a little video just showing you how to use those laser beam counters, a separate video, so check that out if you're interested in that. But pretty easy to set up. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch of suits coming through there. So it goes, organics go at the top here, go through the top, goes down that way, and gets fed back into a few hoppers. And I'll show you, there's one down that way, and this is one of the main hoppers that comes down just kind of over that area. As you can see, you'll see food items coming down there, and then again getting put back onto the conveyor. I have another conveyor there dropping things on the top, so it comes out of, there's kind of three sections that come out this way. It comes out of this way, out of the workshop, food items get thrown into that hopper, plus I have another conveyor distributing kind of suits down that way and sort of other items there. Now I also have water will get sorted into a separate I'll see if I can show you that in a sec. I don't see any water coming down just because I have so many suits and stuff that get thrown out there. But anyway, the water will come down that item, get thrown into the sorter over here, and that sorter will take it up there, take water up there, goes across at the top, comes down and gets thrown into this hopper here, and then water will get dropped into this guy over here, right? So, you know, settlers, or not settlers, but provisioners can come and collect water and stuff there, right? And take them with them, right? Okay, I have a bunch of barrels in the corner here, just kind of extra stuff. I have a little tannery section over here, so I use all my corners just for like the extra stuff. Here's my clothes or my suit maker. So this is really the only thing that's actually producing stuff without recycling. So it's just continuously making suits, and then it will drop it onto the conveyor for distribution. As you can see, it comes across there, and then it just falls onto the conveyor. You'll notice that I've lifted up some of these guys just so the top can fit over the top of the conveyor there, right? Okay, a little bedroom area here as well. This is my fusion generator. So this fusion generator powers the entire settlement. You just really need 100 generator. You don't need anything bigger than that. Again, another hopper that just dumps stuff onto the conveyor. This is the main one. And then I'll try and remember to show you the water one and how that gets distributed and sorted. Okay, so there's one hopper. Yeah, this one's probably, I think this is active, it should be. I don't think that's the water one. So yeah, you should see items coming along here. I think I see something coming, but... Okay, so depending what's going along there. Then we have another food hopper here. This one should be pretty active. The food's pretty active, although the suits are being overwhelming. Yeah, let me get rid of the suits here because I do have too many going through. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on here. 69. Okay, so there's crystal. Yeah, so I think the suits are just going through the cycle. They're almost done, I think. Okay, maybe not. So let me remove that suit in there. Let me just throw them out there. So yeah, unfortunately I have too many items going through, and then if there's an item that is in large quantity, it kind of, unfortunately the hoppers don't balance distribution of each item. It should really take one item and from each kind of category and then send it out. And there's no way to control that, unfortunately. So if you have one item, it kind of takes to or distribute the entire item before it moves on to the next item. But as you can see, I've got suits and mods going through there at the moment. Let me show you. Okay, these are just all that, because there's no water, it won't go into the water thing. But let me show you if I can put a water item here, and I'll show you it going down. So let's drop some water here quick. And I don't actually have any water. Let's see if I've got some. I might actually have to go get. This guy, yeah. Okay. I lost that one, that's okay. So we'll see the water going in there. Then we go and back here. So it should come through here. There it comes there. You'll notice it's going to come through here and it'll get sorted onto this conveyor belt. Okay, so there it goes. It'll go up the elevator, across, over the top, and then it should come down into, it'll come along this, you'll see there's a conveyor right at the top, and it's going to drop it in there, and we should see it actually drop into this bathtub eventually. There you go. So it came out of the hopper. Oh, there's a second one. So there must be some other water coming through there as well. But that got sorted and then dropped directly into the bathtub. And then just behind this mixer here, which is just really all the mixed items that come from the workshop and other distribution, gets thrown into this guy here. And I have a Nuka-Cola corner here where I fill 2 bathtubs filled with Victory and Quantum Cola. Most of them I had to duplicate because it's just difficult to get that many quantity unless you started collecting right at the beginning of the game and saved them somewhere. And also I have a video on how to fill these bathtubs up easily versus trying to put one at a time. It was just a pain, so I built a little conveyor belt, and then I put 100 Victory and 100 Quantum into the conveyor, and I just filled the bathtub. It's still a little tedious, but a lot easier than trying to do one at a time and then try and get them sorted, right? So that, yeah, there's 100 in each one of these. I think there's 99 Victory and 100 Quantum in the bathtub, so that's how much you need to kind of fill up a bathtub. And then I have some quartz, a couple of quartz in this Nuka machine. So again, the idea here is for the provisioners to come and take some and distribute them to the settlements, right? And then lastly, I have a little fish corner here, for again, distribution of fish and throughout the settlements. So there you go. I haven't actually blocked any of the bottom doors or anything, so I am waiting to see if I'll get attacked by raiders. So we'll see if that ever happens. I suspect I won't, but otherwise you don't have to worry about putting turrets or anything crazy like that in the settlement. I just don't think you'll ever get attacked. But yeah, it's kind of a neat little settlement. You can build a little factory. You know, like I said, I wasn't really inspired to do anything here. It was dark. It's really difficult to light up everything, as you can see. It's a little bit decent now, but it's extremely dark to begin with. And you have to try and light up everything and put lights everywhere just to give it some sort of lighting. There's absolutely no natural lighting at all in the settlement, so you kind of have to put conduits everywhere and try light it up best you can. But it's not too difficult. You can pipe wires through these fences really easily. You'll notice. Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, this corner. There you go. I've got two conduits, one in the inside, one on the outside, and yeah, they go through quite easily, so it's really not too difficult. You just kind of have to wire it all up, place them everywhere, and then you can light them up. This is actually a live terminal that's actually wired up, that controls the hoppers and the hopper speed. At the moment I have also the close thing, so at the moment I have it set to 1, and I think 1 output and 5 force is kind of the max that they recommend, right? So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate any new subscribers. It definitely helps the channel out. If you have any questions, by all means, comment in the comment section. I'll try to get to all the comments. And also check out my other videos on how to set up the counters if you want to set those up, how to fill up the bathtubs, how to duplicate Nuka, Victory and Quantums. It's tedious and slow and painful, but it's a little bit less slow than trying to go and find them or wait for them to spawn every week or so. They don't really spawn. You can find them, but then it takes about a week to spawn again in that same location, right? Definitely hit Nuka World, and when you are doing Nuka World, if you haven't done Nuka World, keep an eye out for all the Quantums, save them somewhere, give them to your companion to carry. And then, you know, if you decide you want to put them somewhere on tables or on fridges or whatever, you can actually do that instead of going back and trying to duplicate them, because it is still pretty painful to duplicate. You know, probably took me 2 hours to duplicate the bathful, 2 bathfuls of you know, Nuka-Cola there, right? So there you go. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.